detected. Agent down.
What's up, agents? Patrick Wolf here. Welcome to another Division 2 build video. Today's build video is going to be one of the highest damage outputting builds I've ever dropped in the Division 2. In TU9, I feel like this is one of the best ways to do as much damage as possible. Now, there's probably quite a few ways you could change this build up to make it, suit your own playstyle, but this is going to be the Traumatizer build. This is a PvP build that focuses around proccing certain status effects and giving you massive amounts of weapon damage. So the first thing obviously we're going to go over is the specialization, but remember, all of these build videos are my opinion from my time played, my experience of testing. You guys need to take everything with a grain of salt and adapt it to your playstyle. Use these builds as templates, don't forget that. Alright, so the first thing we're going to go over is the specialization. Now I need to explain something to you guys. I see a lot of people saying, why are you using a shield again? Why are you using a shield again? If you have more than 1 or 2 blues in your build and you're not using a shield, you are seriously hindering yourself. It's not good. The reason being is because shields activate skill tiers through blues as well. So you guys can be a tank and have a freaking tier 6 shield without even speccing into skill tiers. So that's why I normally would say every time you have a few blues on your build, armor rolls, definitely use a shield because it makes sense. They are so strong because of your skill tier, so make sure you guys utilize this. That's why a lot of the times you will be seeing me using a shield. Now I like to use firewall because the armor kit is actually being abused so much right now in the game. You need to use it to keep up with the players who hide around the corner, proc it, and then they're invincible for 10 seconds. So it's very, very, very strong. So honestly, I recommend you guys using this because it's so potent. It actually is broken right now. Very strong. And then health on kill is also very nice. We're not going to speculate too much on that, but we also get burn duration. You do put people on the burn when they kill you, when they break your armor within 5 meters, which is very, very good. It gives you a little bit of extra time to shoot because hip firing is very bad in this game. You cannot do damage hip firing hardly. So yeah, so make sure you guys use SMGs. Now you don't have to use SMGs, but I really do recommend it. SMG is one of the best in slot weapons for burst damage in PvP right now. You could use assault rifle if you want to. So make sure everything is active. We're going to go over this build and let me explain to you guys how this works. Okay, so we're going to be using the SMG. This is going to be a very, very well synergized build. You guys are going to love this. We're going to be getting massive amounts of damage. You will melt. If you proc the talents on this build, you will absolutely melt through anyone. There is no one that will out DPS you. This build is one of the highest DPSs I've seen, burst DPS. And the cool thing is we've still got 1.2 million armor. So we've got 3 reds, 3 blues. We're going to be utilizing the blind status effect more than other ones. So we're going to be utilizing this tactical vector. Now there is a different type of vector. This one is the 9mm. In my opinion, this one is better than the other vector. You guys can go, like I always say, test the other vector. You check and see which one gives you highest burst damage. But I recommend you use this one because this one hits really hard. It's got great RPM. The mag size is bigger than the other one as well. You can put nice mods on it, and we're going to be utilizing ILAS. Now you can put headshot damage because the whole idea of this build is you're going to be up close, and it's not that hard to just nick a headshot, guys. Let's be honest. So we will be doing 20% weapon damage to blinded enemies. Okay, after 4 kills, it applies the blind to the next enemy. So you get massive amounts of damage. Now when we're modding this, we're going to go for as much crit chance as we can. Put crit chance, crit damage, whatever you guys can to make sure you've got max crit. Obviously the biggest mag that you have. Now I'm using the white death as a secondary just because you can one-shot players with this build from if you put a scope on it, then whatever pistol you guys want. So this is how it's going to work. We've got ILAS on the gun. How are we going to proc ILAS? So on the chest piece, I'm going to go over the talents first before we go over each individual piece. So the whole point of this build is to put people on the blind. And the crazy thing is because we've got trauma right here, which if you shoot someone in the face or in the head, it puts them on the blind. and this lasts for about 3 seconds, but it procs Eyeless and Sadist on the backpack. So, okay, forget about the chest. You could put people on the bleed as well, which will also proc Sadist, by the way. So if you shoot an enemy, put them on the blind, you're getting 20% extra damage from the gun. And then on Wicked, you're going to be, for 20 seconds, have another 18% weapon damage. And this is going to be active all the time. It's crazy, crazy strong. And it's a really fun way to play this game right now. And you also have the Blinder Firefly. And you also, after every 4 kills, you put them on the blind. So people are just going to be blinding and bleeding everywhere. And you do huge amounts of damage when this procs. So let's go over each individual piece. Okay. I don't normally like using the Coyote's mask, but it just works. It works really well with close range SMG builds because we don't really want crit chance. We want that beautiful 25% critical hit damage, which is 0 to 15 meters. So we're going to be fighting people within that range because you can't really go further than 30 meters with an SMG. It's going to be very difficult and you will get melted. So get the best roll you can. Go reconfigure it at the recalibration bench. Remember, you're just going to get 25% critical damage, which is very, very strong right now because that's what we want to stack. We don't care about weapon damage. It's all about crits. The chest piece is very important as well. I've got a golem gear. Now, the nice thing about this is because we've got status effects rolled 10% and an additional 9.2, which is right there. That gives me a lot of status effect increase for the blind. So it keeps people on the blind a lot longer than you may think. And you only need about 2 or 3 seconds, even from range, to get people down. If you're up close, they just get blown up and instantly get melted. It's hilarious, and you should see it on the receiving end, guys. It's horrible. Your screen goes white, and you just wake up in the checkpoint. It's like you've gone to heaven. It's quite funny. So make sure to put whatever mods you want. I just went for skill haste. I could have rerolled the mod slot. I actually still can. You can reroll mod slots, so I'm probably going to reroll it to crit damage, so I can put a red, because the more damage the better. So hazard protection is nice right now. Make sure you guys roll armor. Put trauma on because trauma works really well. The 30-second cooldown doesn't matter because there's so many other ways of proccing the status effect, which is pretty easy. And 30 seconds goes by pretty quick in PvP, so don't worry about that too much. Then we're going to go over to the next piece, which is going to be Sokolov Concern. Now, the 3-piece Sokolov is very much needed because it gives us SMG damage, crit damage, and crit chance. Now, you don't have to use 3-piece Sokolov. If you've got it, the third piece is a Cheska, which gives you crit chance as well. It doesn't matter. Or Seska, the Grupo Sombra, which gives you the crit damage. It depends how you want to make it, but just make sure you have crit damage and crit chance max rolls as high as you possibly can. On the backpack as well. Weapon damage is a nice backpack of this. Crit chance, weapon handling. Unfortunately, that's not what we want. Crit damage would have been better, but we do have crit damage rolls on the mods. Then Wicked, applies status effect, increases total weapon damage by 18% for 20 seconds. This is a very strong backpack talent. Since backpack talents were actually fixed, it does work now and it hits like a truck. So make sure you guys utilize this. Gloves, we've got Sokolov. More armor because we want to be able to be tanky because we're getting so much damage. It works really well, and it is a bit easier to use. Versatile is not the easiest in the world to use, and this is just it's easier to follow through, and it works really well with trauma. It's just a fun kind of build to use. So make sure you put the decent gloves, Sokolov. Then on the knee pads, Grupo. Why is this important? Because we get that 1-piece critical hit damage. That's why I said try get 3-piece Sokolov, and you can put additional critical hit damage on this, which is ideal, and it gives us a lot more damage. Okay, so let's go over the stats, guys, quickly. So damage-wise, we've got max crit chance, 125% crit damage. Just bear in mind, we will be getting a bit more from the mask, an extra 25%, which isn't put here. So about 150%, which is not bad. And, we can... When you proc this eyeless, guys, I'm telling you right now, not only will the person be blind, but they will just get melted to pieces with the high RPM of this gun. Just give it a try and let me know what you guys find. If you enjoy it, or just go try and conflict Dark Zone. To be honest, in PvE, it's not the strongest build because you have to get up close, and SMGs right now in PvE aren't the highest sustaining damage. It's not about burst damage in PvE. It's about sustained damage, and PvP is about burst damage. This works really well. Then we're going to go scroll down, show you guys this. Over here, we do have a bit of hazard protection, which is nice. Pulse resistance. Then, yeah, just use the blind. Now, the blind only lasts for 3 seconds. From this, yes, PvP blind duration, but trust me, guys, it does get increased because of our status effect, and you don't even need it. It's not about the blind. It's not even about making people blind, because a good player will be able to shoot you back without a problem. If I get blinded, I can still fire my shots. So it's all about that juicy damage, and it just absolutely wrecks people, guys. Like 1v1ing someone with this build is actually easy because we are tanky. You've got a tier 3 shield. and which gives you damage as well. So this is why I keep telling you guys, use the shields. Look at this. If we use any other skill, we'll be hindering ourselves. There's no reason to use anything else. It gives us 100% shield health, and it's really, really good. And you can even roll more blues on this if you wanted to. So just roll shield health on all the mods, active regeneration, and then you can use whatever other skill you want. But the Firefly, it's got the cooldown isn't great, but it's what's needed when Trauma's on cooldown. So you can just keep putting people on the blind and have that huge damage. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of this build. I like how it works. I love the mechanics, and I feel like it synergizes so well. Big damage, high survivability. It's what I like. So let me know what you guys think. Like I said, please consider becoming a member on the channel. Go follow me on Twitch, subscribe, and I'll be seeing everybody in the next video. Peace out, agents.